Today, I'm going to show you how I made $44,000 in royalties in 1 month with one t-shirt on Merch by Amazon. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Scot, and I've sold over $1 million in products on Merch by Amazon. And on this channel, we explore the strategies and tools to build and scale your print-on-demand business. For this case study, we're going back to June of 2020, when I had my best month on Merch by Amazon to date, beating out even December of last year. And that was thanks to one standard t-shirt. In 1 month, this t-shirt did over $44,000 in royalties on its own. Our product in question is an evergreen design first posted 2 years earlier in June of 2018. While this one isn't my design, it's in the same niche of kindness and positive messaging as the one we're going to talk about, having broad appeal and a large number of search terms that you can get indexed for. There's a ton of competition in my t-shirt design with many very similar designs and even now pixel for pixel copies. I'll break down the profits of this product after ad spend plus a bunch of other details, but first, let's go back to the very beginning to see how this product got to this level in sales. The first step to increasing the likelihood of a product being successful happens before you even upload your design. It starts with good keyword research to fill your product title and description with as many relevant keywords as possible in order to index for as many search terms as possible. Every search term you index for is an opportunity to get traffic to your listings. The more search terms you index for, the more traffic opportunities your listing has. A product that indexes for 5,000 search terms has a lot more traffic potential than a product that only indexes for 500 search terms. And the more traffic your listing gets, the more sales you generally get. The best way to get high relevant keyword density in your listing is using a search term tool. And the most invaluable of these search term tools for your Amazon business is a reverse ASIN search tool. A reverse ASIN search lets you plug in the ASIN of any product, yours or a competing product, and lists every search term that that product indexes for and its ranking in the search results for those search terms. While there's a bunch of reverse ASIN tools out there, Helium 10 Cerebro is my preference. Cerebro not only shows you your organic ranking for a search term, but also your sponsored ranking, meaning the ranking of your paid ads. Plus it has the number of competing products and the most accurate Amazon search volume data on the market. While the full set of Helium 10 tools is $97 per month, you can get Cerebro as a standalone for only $37 per month, which can handle all of your keyword research needs and more. And if you're only going to pay for one research tool, Cerebro is it. You can get a free Helium 10 account using the link in the description, and then add Cerebro a la carte for $37 in your billing page. Or if you want to try out all their tools, you'll get 50% off their Platinum plan for your first month, making it about $49 for all of their tools. Using Cerebro, we find relevant keywords for our product descriptions by putting in ASINs of similar products to the ones we're launching to see what search terms our competition is indexing and ranking for. We'll get a list of search terms which we can then export to Helium 10's Frankenstein, which removes any duplicates, common words, and gives the word frequency count. Since we want to index for as many search terms as possible, we want to include all the most frequent words that appear in those search terms, sorting by frequency, and fit as many of those in our description as possible. This kind of keyword density puts our product in a position to index for a lot of search terms, giving it the most traffic potential possible. While this is part of a much larger topic that probably deserves its own video, indexing for search terms doesn't happen overnight. It can take several months to index for search terms, and in general, the longer your listing is live, the more terms you'll index for. If you're looking for a benchmark, indexing for 3,000 to 6,000 terms is a good target for the number of indexed terms on a mature product. If you're indexing for much fewer than this, then you have an opportunity to greatly increase your traffic simply by appearing for additional search terms. And with how little control there is over your merch listings, doubling your traffic is much easier than doubling your conversion rate. Increasing the number of search terms you index for is also an ongoing process. Swapping out or adding new keywords over time to your listing to index for additional search terms is a good practice. Now let's get back to the shirt. We're traveling back to June 2018 before this product was even listed. We've done our keyword research using a method and tool similar to what we just talked about, filled our title and descriptions with relevant keywords, and uploaded it to Amazon. Next, it's just a waiting game, letting Amazon index for the product and trying to get some organic orders. This can take some time. This design was uploaded in the middle of June 2018, initially priced at $17.99, and the first sale on this product happened about 1 month after first listing. Sometime in October or November, after I already sold a handful of times, I increased the price up to $19.99. From June when it was first listed to the end of 2018, it sold a total of 14 times, with one return, which also happened to be the first sale it ever made. Of those 14 sales, 3 were in November and 5 in December. Moving into 2019, sales stayed pretty steady with 3 in January and another 4 in February. In March, I began running ads to the product using an automatic targeting campaign. And this is when things started to heat up. In March, after I started ads, it sold 17 times, almost as much as all the prior month's sales combined, with 9 orders coming in from paid ads. This trend continued in April with 29 total sales and 13 of those from paid orders. While ads were fueling sales, including organic sales, it was also running at over a 35% ACoS, meaning I was losing money on all of my paid orders. And it was about this time, moving into May 2019, I even considered pausing my ads. The design only had 2 reviews and only had a 3-star average, plus my ads were losing money. But I didn't give up on the product. Sales were steadily increasing from the 3 or 4 per month a couple months prior to about once a day at this point. And I knew if I could get just a couple more positive reviews, that would likely help the conversion rate. So I decided to keep the ads going longer, even though they weren't profitable. Through the first 2 weeks of May, it was still selling about once per day. By the 3rd week in May, things started to pick up. It was now selling about 2 units per day. And by the 4th week, it was selling over 3 units per day. And then by the last day of the month, it was up to 22 units in a single day. As sales steadily increased throughout the month of May, I kept on the gas with ads, more than doubling my spend in May from April, resulting in 90 unit sales for the month, with 58 of those being paid, or nearly 2/3 of the sales from ads. But even with my spend drastically increasing, my ACoS actually went down. During this time, my product was climbing the search term ranks over my competition, fueled by every incremental sale that I was getting from organic and paid orders. And for every competitor that outranked me that wasn't running ads, every paid order that I was getting was one that they weren't getting organically. And when it comes to Amazon, when it rains, it pours. Most of the traffic and clicks for a search term goes to the first few listings, and it's exponential, with the first listing getting significantly more traffic than the second, and the second getting significantly more traffic than the third, and so on. So as your product sells, Amazon rewards it by moving it up the search result rankings, which gets it more traffic, which leads to more sales and reviews, which leads Amazon to rewarding it with even higher ranking, which brings more traffic and more sales and more reviews and on and on. This snowball effect is the concept of sales velocity. And this sales velocity that I started for my product in May kept going all the way through June, selling more than 10 times the previous month's sales. And while my ad spend increased significantly in June, my percentage of paid orders dropped from nearly 2/3 in May to less than 1/3 of my total unit sales in June. Over the course of the month, it also picked up 6 additional reviews, mostly positive, which increased the average rating to about a 4.0 from 3. Sales for this particular product end up being the best in June each year due to a couple different factors. June is generally one of the better selling periods for most merch sellers, getting a lift from big gift giving holidays like Father's Day. It's also Pride Month, which this particular design gets a lift in sales from getting traffic and conversions on related search terms. Once we got out of June, sales plummeted for this design, selling only 70 units for the month of July. And following July, it only got worse, selling only a total of 4 units in the entire month of August. After ad spend, I actually lost $4.36 on this design for August. Just like there's a snowball effect on the way up the rankings, there's also a snowball effect on the way down. I didn't want this product to die after the success I just had in June. I knew this was a design that could continue to sell as an evergreen product year round and have a huge June every year. So I started to try to recover the ranking. My only concern at this point was increasing the number of unit sales, not making profit. The first step I took was lowering the price back down to $17.99. I also kept running ads at a slightly unprofitable ACoS. From August to November of 2019, I sold a total of 179 units, 91 of those from paid orders, and I lost a total of $73.77 after ad spend. From there, December ended up being a pretty solid month for the product, selling 128 units and making $365 in profit after ad spend. We're now into January 2020. At this point, all of my ads were paused, relying only on organic sales. I ended up relaunching my ad campaigns for all of my products in February. However, the campaigns for this product didn't end up spending very much. But even without ads, the organic sales were off to a pretty good start through the first couple months. Then towards the end of March, the great merch shutdown happened. If you weren't on the platform at the time, every single Merch by Amazon listing was made unavailable for purchase due to the pandemic. Our product finished March with only 37 unit sales. In April, 0 sales for everybody on merch. The shutdown lasted from the end of March throughout the entire month of April. Over a month without merch products getting a single sale. The effect this had on merch products was tremendous. BSRs plummeted. Products that used to be at the top of search rankings were replaced by products from sellers that weren't on merch and could still fulfill them. It was like a complete reset for merch rankings. And this I knew presented opportunity. Every single product that I was competing against that used to outsell me was now on equal footing. They weren't getting dozens or hundreds of sales per month that I had to somehow beat in order to outrank them. Their products had 0 sales just like mine. And Amazon only cares about what you've done for them lately. As soon as merch opened up, it would be a race to get sales before your competitors and start climbing the ranks. On May 1st, they opened merch back up for select products, and this shirt we've been talking about wasn't one of them. Not ideal for a product I had less than a month to rank for its best-selling month of the year. It wasn't until the 14th of May when it did finally become available. At this point, the product had over 30 reviews with just above a 4-star average ranking, putting it in a better position to sell than it was in 2019. But I need to get it ranked and fast. In just the last half of the month, I spent over $3,000 in ads on this product, resulting in 1,592 unit sales, 77% of those from paid ads. And just like 2019, ranking this product with ads paid off in a big way in June. Selling over 12,000 units and bringing in over $44,000 in royalties. At its peak, it climbed to over 1,000 units in a single day, reaching a BSR below 100, as well as generating over 1,000 new reviews and increasing the average from about a 4 to a 4.7 average rating. Without running ads as aggressively as I did in May, these results would not have happened. Through all of June, the price of this product was still set at $17.99. After reopening merch, Amazon didn't allow any price changes on merch products for the first couple of months, so I didn't really have a choice on what the price would be. While I would have liked to test the pricing and try to squeeze out more royalties, the lower price was likely a significant factor in reaching the sales volume that it did. The ad spend for this product in June 2020 was $15,832, resulting in 5,090 paid orders, or about 42% of the total orders. This brings a profit to $28,364 for the month of June for this one t-shirt. This product continues to sell extremely well for me to this day, and I'm already preparing for this June by heavily investing in ranking. To wrap up this case study, I want to highlight a few key takeaways. It's easier to increase traffic than it is conversion rate. Using a reverse ASIN tool like Cerebro, you can find keywords to index across more search terms, increasing your traffic. Product maturity. You need sales and ultimately reviews, which can take years to generate before a product can even reach its full ranking potential. And last, ranking is an investment. Putting the time and money into ranking your products and gaining sales velocity can pay huge dividends. If you're new to Amazon advertising or want to take your ads to the next level, make sure to join our Amazon Ads University Facebook group linked in the description, where you can learn from myself and thousands of other successful Amazon sellers. That wraps up our case study. If you got any value out of this video, hit the thumbs up button, and if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe.